No parent is ever truly ready for the moment when their own child makes a choice that flips their entire world upside down. My name is Alex. I'm a father. And one day, I found out that my daughter was working as an escort. Do you know that feeling when your heart pounds so hard it feels like a train roaring inside your ears? That's exactly how it hit me. This story isn't about judgment. It's about pain, disappointment, but also about love, a love that doesn't just disappear no matter what. Why am I sharing this with you? Because I know many of you are parents or children yourselves, and maybe, just maybe, you'll recognize a piece of your own story here. Now picture this. You stumble across something on your child's phone that completely shatters the image you had of them. What would you do? That's how my nightmare began. It happened by accident. My daughter left her phone on the table when she went to the kitchen. A new message lit up on the screen. I glanced at it and froze. It read, "When are you free? The client's ready to pay extra." My vision blurred. My sweet girl, my little Emma, the same kid who once built sandcastles with me at the beach, was now making money this way? I wanted to believe it was a prank. Maybe someone hacked her phone. Maybe she was being set up. But then I dug deeper. More messages, photos, agreements. There was no denying it. And in that moment, I was torn apart. Should I scream at her? Should I pretend I saw nothing? Or should I sit her down and ask directly, "Emma, what are you doing with your life?" I chose the third option, and the consequences were nothing like what I expected. I waited until she came back into the room. My hands were trembling and my voice was shaking, but I forced the words out. "Emma, we need to talk. Right now." She froze. You know that guilty look kids get when they know they've been caught? Yeah, she had it all over her face. I showed her the messages. She didn't deny it. She didn't even try to lie. She just whispered, "Dad, please don't freak out. Don't freak out." My world had just collapsed, and she wanted me to stay calm. But at the same time, she was my daughter, my only daughter. So I asked her the hardest question a father can ever ask. Why? Why would you do this to yourself? Her answer broke me. She looked me straight in the eyes and said, "Because it's easy money, Dad. Do you know how expensive life is? Do you know how much I hate watching you struggle to pay the bills?" I couldn't breathe. I thought I was protecting her from hardship, but in her mind, she was protecting me. She continued, "It's not like I'm some street girl. These are rich clients. I'm in control." In control? My daughter actually believed that. And maybe that's what scared me most. Not just what she was doing, but that she thought it was safe. I wanted to grab her, lock her in her room, and never let her out. But I also knew if I pushed too hard, I might lose her forever. So I swallowed my anger and tried to listen. That night, I couldn't sleep. My mind was spinning in circles. One part of me wanted to scream, to shake her until she realized what kind of danger she was in. The other part of me just wanted to hug her and protect her from the entire world. I sat in the living room, staring at the ceiling, asking myself over and over, where did I go wrong? Was I too soft? Too strict? Too absent? And then the guilt hit me. Maybe if I had been a better father, she wouldn't have gone down this path. Maybe she wouldn't even think that selling her body was an option. But here's the truth. Blame doesn't fix anything. Not hers, not mine. The only thing that mattered was, what do I do next? How do I save my daughter without losing her trust completely? I knew one thing. Anger would only push her further away. Of course, secrets don't stay hidden forever. My wife eventually found out. And let me tell you, if I thought my reaction was bad, hers was 10 times worse. She screamed, cried, begged Emma to stop. She called her reckless, selfish, even disgusting. The words cut deep. I could see them stabbing into our daughter like knives. Emma yelled back, "You don't understand. You never will," and slammed her door. And just like that, our home became a battlefield. Silence at dinner, shouting behind closed doors, tears in the middle of the night. I was stuck in the middle, between a furious wife and a defiant daughter. And every day, the tension grew heavier. I realized that if I didn't find a way to bridge this gap, I wouldn't just lose my daughter. I'd lose my entire family. I knew I couldn't handle this alone. So I reached out, first to a close friend, then to a counselor. And let me tell you, that was harder than facing my daughter. Because the moment you say it out loud, my daughter is selling her body for money, the shame crashes down like a wave. You feel the judgment in their silence, even before they speak. One friend told me, "Man, just kick her out. She needs to hit rock bottom before she learns." Another said, "She's young. She'll grow out of it." But none of those answers helped. How do you kick out your own child? How do you gamble with her safety, hoping she'll magically change? The counselor was the only one who made sense. She said, "Don't fight her. Don't threaten her. Stay close. Show her she still has a home." Easier said than done, right? It didn't take long before neighbors started whispering. People always find out. I'd walk down the street and hear, "That's his daughter. You know what she does?" At work, a colleague joked about girls like that, not realizing he was talking about my own flesh and blood. I wanted to punch him in the face. Even family members turned cold. My own brother said, "Alex, you failed as a father." That one stung the most. And the whole time, Emma pretended not to care. She put on this tough mask, like none of it mattered. But I saw it, the way her eyes dropped when someone looked at her too long. She was breaking inside, and so was I. I knew I had to act before the world swallowed her whole. One evening, I knocked on her door. No yelling this time. No lecturas. Just me, a father, standing in front of his daughter. "Emma," I said quietly, "I don't care about the money. I don't care what people say. I care about you. I just don't want to lose you." She didn't answer at first, but then her voice cracked. "Dad, I don't know how to stop. It feels like I'm stuck." That was the first time she admitted it wasn't glamorous or empowering or safe. She was trapped by the money, by the secrecy, by the fear. And in that moment, I realized my job wasn't to drag her out by force. My job was to stand beside her until she was strong enough to walk away on her own. Sometimes saving someone means holding them, not fixing them. Today, I don't have a perfect happy ending for you. My daughter is still finding her way. Some days she stumbles, some days she makes progress. But we talk, we stay connected, and that's everything. If you're a parent watching this, remember, you can't control every choice your child makes. You can only love them hard enough that they never feel alone, no matter how far they fall. And if you're young, maybe even thinking of making choices like my daughter did, please think twice. The fast money never comes without a price. At the end of the day, family isn't about perfection. It's about sticking together through the darkest nights. So if this story touched you, hit that like button, subscribe for more real stories, and share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever faced something like this? I'd love to hear from you. Because maybe, just maybe, telling our stories can save someone else's.